Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome to day 24 of the holiday card series for 2018. Today I'm going to be making a card using some stamps from Pretty Pink Posh, and I'm going to do a little bit of colored pencil coloring as well. And as far as the greeting goes, I wanted it to be super sparkly and really metallic, so I'm going to use some gold foil cardstock from Altenew. So let's get into it. The stamp set I'm using today from Pretty Pink Posh is called Elegant Holly, and I'm also going to be using a set of dies called Seasons Greetings Script. I'll be using those to cut out some gold foil for my greeting. So I'm going to start out by cutting out the greeting first. So I got some gold foil cardstock from Altenew, and I'm just going to eyeball this and roughly cut around that area, and then I'll run it through my Big Shot machine with the die, and it will cut it. So I'm left with this very intricate scripty word die, or die cut actually, and I poked out all of the holes using a craft pick from Tim Holtz, and then I set the greeting aside while I work on the main area of the card. I've got the different holly and leaves stamps from the stamp set, and I've arranged them on this craft cardstock. This is actually Desert Storm cardstock from Neenah, and I have it cut to 5¼ by 4 inches, and I want it to be hanging off the side and the bottom, so I've rotated my MISTI tool around just so that that corner is free, because initially I was going to have the card be a landscape card and I wanted it to be this orientation. So I wanted to just stamp it the way I was envisioning it so that it would be easier to get placement. But in reality, in the end, I did end up rotating this cardstock here, and it really didn't matter which direction I stamped it. So I used some Onyx Black VersaFine ink to stamp the hollies and berries, and I'm just going to color with some Faber-Castell Polychromos colored pencils, and I'm going to turn on some music so you can enjoy the coloring. I'm just going to be coloring this in layers, adding more and more depth. I created the card base by scoring some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock at 5½ to create a top folding card base. And then I put some foam adhesive behind my colored piece and adhered that down to the front of the card. And like I mentioned before, I did rotate the piece, and I rotated it so that the holly berries and leaves were mostly in the bottom right corner. I then put some little tiny dots of adhesive on the back of the greeting. The adhesive I'm using today is Gina K Designs Connect Glue, and I just held each of these die cuts with some tweezers while I applied the small dots of glue and then pressed it down onto my card front. The last thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of detail. You'll notice that there are some like dashed lines, little swirls coming out of the leaves, and I thought it would be kind of fun to mimic a similar line and use a ruler with a black marker and just go around those free edges. So that is the card for today. I like those little elements, bringing in the dash lines. I think it looks really fun. I hope you love how that card turned out. I love doing colored pencil on a kind of a more dark surface. I think it looks really, really cool, and the opacity of the pencils look amazing. So anyway, that's the end of today's video, but I've got 2 more videos on screen for you to check out. These are the Day 24 Holiday Card Series videos for 2017 and 2016. And just like in every other video of this Holiday Card Series, you can catch all of the other Day 24 videos down below in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on Friday for the very last day of the Holiday Card Series.